Hey there, it's Melissa Jane. I'm back again. I think this is episode 9. I've changed my look a little bit. I'm playing around with some things. This is what I was talking about holding off to do something because you have to have everything lined up. No, you don't. And if you're telling yourself that, you're just BSing yourself because the reason you don't want to get the new job, move to the new place, break up with the boyfriend, get a divorce, um, I don't know, well, whatever it um, is because you're just too afraid. And so your decision has been to do nothing. So be it. That's your choice. And I will support you in whatever you decide to do or not to do. There are a million excuses for everything. I'm guilty. I am guilty. But today, I think I want to talk a little bit about the GFY fund or job, basically the go fuck yourself one. So that could be a job you're in that you despise, or maybe you don't despise it, you've outgrown it, or it doesn't pay you enough, or it stresses you out, or whatever, all the million things. You're doing it as long as you have to. Well, I'm going to do it one more week, one more month, one more year, one more this to get my pension, to get my blah, 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 blah. And again, I do not support impulsive, ridiculous moves, but you've got to think about your GYF, whatever it is. Maybe it's the new job that replaces the old job, a side hustle, a new career, a new pathway, a new place to live. Could be any of those. It could be your GYF fund, your investments, something that you've done that you've built up. And that when you get there, you're going to say, go fuck yourself, whatever it is that you are trying to get away from, because you don't have to anymore. Sometimes we put ourselves in places where we dig our hole so deep that it looks like we can't get out because, God, you're looking up and you're going, I can't see the light. Or you've just settled. You've just settled. This is my life. This is how it's going to be. You're not thinking. You're not thinking about anything. You're really not thinking about yourself because that's basically what you've done most of your life. Everybody else but you. Mostly I'm talking to my gals, but it happens to men too. You know, not quite as often, I don't think, but at some point you got to say, I have given everything I have for others, and I left about this much for me. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to get your GYF, whatever it is that allows you to move. Well, you get to the point, I need to make that change. And you find out you make that change, and then it's the same because it all starts with us right here, right now. If you don't have a good therapist, if you don't have good self reflection, if you haven't taken care of your body, your brain, your heart, yeah, I'm swiveling. Yep. Swivel chair makes you think. You know that? Woo! Anyway, again, I digress. But as I'm saying, my new sort of look here, and I'm going to change it a few times till I find something I like. Again, doesn't have to be perfection to get started. And that's what I'm trying to say to you, or have been trying to say to you on a number of levels. I like to go on and state the obvious, but that's me. Obviously, you are somebody who appreciates little kind of tilted way of things. If you're listening and watching me, and I'm going to change things up, and I can't wait, to have guests come on. Because really, the final countdown is about The final countdown. I don't really have to tell you that. And this holds true for everybody, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're divorced, whether you're, cohabitating, living in sin. Who made that up? Living in sin. Oh my God. The only sin is, picking the wrong partner to do it with. And that's not even a sin. It's progress, right? You make progress. That's how I look at everything. I've made progress. Whether it was something that didn't work out right, that's progress. You know that much more. Gosh, it's tiring being me. I hope it's not too tiring being you watching me or listening to me. But again, going back to the GYF, there is something really satisfying about getting there. And you might not get there 100%, but even little steps towards it. If it's you've decided at maybe you're working part-time because you have to. You're retired, but you still have to have money coming in, which I understand that's a greater and greater percentage of us. I think it's almost up to 40%. So that tells you, and I bet you a lot of those are women. I'm going to have to find out about that because we've always put that back. We haven't been financially fiscal. Wait a minute. Fiscally responsible is what I meant to say. Again, don't go for perfection. That has been touted as being something that's good. It's not at all. It tells you there's something not quite right, and you probably need a good therapist. Although I'm going to have to probably cut mine out for a while because I'm trying to be fiscally responsible and looking at, the big picture. And unfortunately, um, without insurance coverage for that particular thing, because she doesn't take it, I'm going to have to cut back. And that's okay. I'm not going to cut it out because it's important to my well being, but I am going to have to cut back. And so those sessions will be less, and that's okay. I'm not going to cut it out because it's important to my well being, but I am going to have to cut back. And so those sessions will be less, and then this whole podcast thing, as I said in the last one, is about our well being, our health span. If we're going to live, let's live well and let's be healthy. Let's take care of our bodies, our brains, our hearts, blah, 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 blah. So, what are you doing? I'm finding that lately, and I think I live in an area, New England, it's cold right now, very cold. I know I got a shoulder showing, but it is cold. It's very cold. And I don't want to do anything now. And I don't want to move back to the southern part of this particular country because I just missed this part of the country. And I love the warmth. I don't mind going and visiting, staying. Oh God, somebody. No, me. I should take myself on a nice Caribbean vacation, but not right now. Anyway, again, I digress. This kind of weather doesn't make me want to get outside, be in nature, move around. I did, though, open the door last night. It was freezing cold, but I could see the light, and the moon was absolutely beautiful. So these are the kinds of silly, yeah, I know it sounds corny, but the things we are missing out on if we're not paying attention. We need to pay attention to everything, what our body's telling us. So, emotionally eating, drinking, not move, all those things, they creep in sometimes to pay attention. And yeah, you may have to talk yourself into and out of things once in a while. But we don't have to be the naysayers. This is why I can't do it. I talked about Debbie Downer, which I'm sorry, I have one very dear friend whose name is Debbie. So we'll leave that out. But the naysayer, let's just call it the naysayer. And we all have one in our lives, or two or three or four or five. but don't become one. Really don't. We choose to wake up every day. Well, we don't choose it. We get to wake up every day, and then you go ahead and you choose how you're going to feel, what you're going to do. Yeah, you do. I don't care what's going on in your life and how we approach the day and what we're going to celebrate, what we're going to allow in, what we're going to keep out. And that's what I want to talk about. Our phones. Where's my phone? My phone. Phones, we have them. They're right there all the time. Can't seem to step away from them. Although I do a pretty good job. Well, better job. I can't say good job. We're attached to all of that, and it's taken over our lives, whether you're scrolling and scrolling. And there's a lot of good information, a lot of bad information, and all of that stuff. But we seem to be getting away from being in the moment and seeing what's around you. Like the moon last night. I think it was last night. So bright, so beautiful. And then I went to bed and I had a good thought on my mind. So I'm just speaking to really everybody. It's like, get things together. Try to find what your GYF thing is, where you can say the thing that's really just invading your life and not letting you live how you want to live. Get that together, whether it's a fund, meaning investments, money, job, location, whatever it is, getting away from, maybe it's a family member or family, or maybe it's a friend who no longer serves you, who's bringing you down, a relationship. There's so many things. Just get it together, find your GYF, so you get to the point where you can actually say, go fuck yourself. Well, oh goodness, yes. It's getting to be that time. You know who. And if you don't, you should really know who I'm talking about.